In the Greek language, there's the word kairos. Kairos means that you have to take a decision at the right moment to have the best possible outcome. I'm not sure we have kairos at the moment. The bridge should be open. I think we all agree to that. The question is how and when. In my view, it should be done in consultations with the populations on both sides of the river. And it should also be done in consultations with the international community. So that's where we stand on that. This is a symbolic issue. In real life, you have many other bridges open. You can travel with your vehicles back and forth. You can walk over the Eibar bridge. But like I said, it needs to be done in consultations with the populations on both sides of the river. Well, I do not wish to speculate about that. I mean, I think all your viewers are aware of the fact that the international community would appreciate that some of this issue will be discussed with the international community before they're being raised. And that is something that has been brought up on several occasions in the dialogue between the international community and the Prime Minister. Well, I have taken note of the EU spokesperson's statement on this. I have nothing to add to that. I think that, as I always say in interviews, we need to look at the big picture as well. Kosovo is part of Europe. Both Kosovo and Sweden are small countries. We need to have a understanding of what's going on in Europe now during Russia's brutal aggression against Ukraine. So the time is to focus very much on that and how Sweden, Kosovo and now other allies could help Ukraine to prevent Russia from not just taking Ukraine, but also to threaten the European security order. So the focus should be very much on that. So there's no time to discuss the bridge at the moment. In my opinion. So yes, we need to look at the broader picture. We need to discuss the normalization dialogue and to discuss how both Kosovo and Sweden and other countries in Europe could support Ukraine. Well, I think any democratic nation like Kosovo needs to focus on economic improvements. So there are some pros and cons. The Prime Minister normally points at several good indicators that Kosovo is moving in the right direction when it comes to the economy. You must focus on what you can influence, and I feel I can influence on how we can improve the relationship between Kosovo and Sweden when it comes to the economic relations. I have had several Swedish IT companies come to Kosovo, and in fact we had one fairly large Swedish IT company called Sigma Technology who started their businesses here earlier this year. We have had the Swedish telecom company Ericsson who has established an R&D center, research and development center. So there's great interest from Swedish companies, in particular Swedish IT companies. I had at least 3 AI artificial intelligence companies from Sweden here in June. So there's also a great interest for their companies to come here. That is to work with large Kosovo corporations to see how the Swedish AI companies could make the Kosovo companies even more effective. So yes, indeed, we should very much focus on improving the trade between Sweden and Kosovo.